Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about Klay Thompson might have injured himself because he was overweight. And when you think that, you're thinking because he was fat? No, he was actually too strong. He was, he had too much muscle mass and it was too much for his frame. And I'm going to divulge into the story. Shout out to Anthony Slater of The Athletic for this. And let's get right into it. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think of this story? And do you guys really believe that he would have injured himself due to being overweight? So let's get right into it. But there are different stages to the most careful recovery approaches. Klay Thompson's joints had healed. The pandemic had shut down the Warriors facility, and Klay Thompson was in LA. Everybody who saw him in those open runs will tell you how great he looked. So he just kept playing, unsupervised, unconcerned about the biomechanics that could trigger chain reactions. Quote from Klay Thompson himself, "I wasn't at playing weight. I was really strong. I was doing a lot of lifting, strengthening my knee. I just missed the game so much at the time. I was clear to play 5-on-5, but I'm not sure if that was the right move." Thompson estimates during that November 2020 open run, he weighed around 226 to 227 pounds. And he's quoted on saying that that's too big to be a shooting guard in my frame. Klay Thompson had said. Thompson's regular season NBA playing weight, he said, fluctuates between 216 to 220 pounds at most. It's painful for him to consider, but he's also realistic enough to understand that his impatience and the chain reaction of those extra 6 to 10 pounds very likely triggered the Achilles tear, which robbed him of another season and a half of his late prime and kind of threatened the direction of his career. Here's another quote from Klay Thompson. "It might have been costly. I don't know. I try not to think about it too much, but it's just, it's something I learned from. I'm not in my early 20s anymore where I can just play all off season. That's what I was trying to do. Going forward, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save it for the season." Chris DeMarco is the assistant coach who works most closely with Thompson, but there's no better sparring partner on the staff than Leandro. I said Leonard, my apology. Leandro Barbosa. And Leandro Barbosa, you guys remember him. He was dynamite, okay, for the first run. And that's who lined up across Thompson the first day he was cleared for contact and many of the days after. Barbosa is recently retired. If you guys don't know his career, he was awesome. He won a ring with in the first one, like I previously mentioned. And he's still a quick guy and still in playing shape, according to this article. And Klay Thompson, again, was quoted on saying that during that first month, guarding Barbosa was so hard for him. He's still quicker than a lot of guys in the league. And I draw back to all the times I guarded him in the past. Like, man, I used to be able to stay in and be in front of Leonard Barbosa. Now it's different. Okay? So he's understanding that he's human and he's like, humans are fatal, not fatal, mortal. But the next thing is that Andrew Wiggins will likely shorter the primary, Morant burden, and Gary Payton will be the necessary irritant on defense, with that being like Klay Thompson's assignment before the injury. And I know there's still an obvious desire for Klay Thompson to return to the level of perimeter defender that he once was, who can both check the big wings and the speedy guards. And Klay Thompson said in another quote that he thinks he's at like 80%. He still has a long way to go, but 80% for him is still great on that side of the ball. He can still use his strength to body guys, but his size is enough to slow down quicker and smaller guys. So I think his main concern he's been saying is be solid against big man. He can still switch. And as far as laterally, he feels like he's 80 to 85% back. And he knows that there'll be bumps in the road. And just like his weakened right calf muscle, he's being forced to slowly strengthen and reimagine his game, believing he can get back to peak performance even if it never looks exactly the same. And the Golden State Warriors are depending on it. And the final quote is, "Shoot, I'm preparing for it. I've been through a lot. It makes you enjoy being out there and failing. I hope a whole new perspective on what failing really is. It's not missed shots. It's not getting blown by. It's the effort and energy and joy you play with. If you do that, you don't really fail. If you do those three things nightly, you can live with making mistakes, getting dunked on, getting your shot pinned, getting blocked, blown by on defense. That's what failure is to me. Not giving yourself that opportunity with great effort every night." So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this whole Klay Thompson shenanigan? I don't know if it's shenanigan, but hey, That's it for me, guys. Hope you guys do have a great day. Until next time, guys. Peace out.